Marvel fans, Chris Magma here, and as you know, the Avengers Endgame grossed over $1.2 billion over the weekend. And for those that want to go see it, I'm going to give you some details that you might not have noticed when you was watching the movie. Alright, here we go. Now, the film opens up with Hawkeye wearing an ankle monitor. So, Clint Burton has an ankle monitor on at the start of the movie because you remember in Avengers Infinity War, both he and Scott Lang accepted plea deals for helping Captain America in the Civil War movie. And he was placed under house arrest and his activities were monitored. So that's why he was wearing the ankle monitor. Alright, and in the same scene, you might have noticed that Clint referred to his daughter as Hawkeye. That's not a coincidence because Burton does mentor a future Hawkeye in the comics. That name was Kate Bishop, which wasn't his daughter. The most interesting thing here is that Bishop was a member of the group called the Young Avengers. Now, I don't know if that's like a hint of something to come down the line. I don't know, maybe. Alright, and as you remember when Tony Stark was in space, Tony said he was in space for like 21 days before correcting himself and saying 22. Now you remember, the Avengers Endgame is the 22nd movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So that might be a little Easter egg right there for some, you know. And another scene, you remember Hawkeye's alter ego named Ronin. Ronin is a direct nod of the comics because in the comics, Clint Burton briefly takes on a semi-warrior type of image or whatever in the comics. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's something to come. You know, that might be like a little spin-off movie for him. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, and in another scene, the letter and number A113 makes a brief appearance in the movie before the Avengers travel back in time. Disney fans know A-113 has been hidden in Pixar and Disney movies. It's a reference to Classroom of California Institution of Arts, where many animators attended college. Alright, and in another scene where Captain America went back in time, there was a clock in the background of one scene featuring Captain America appears to read it read 4:26 on the clock, the opening date of the Avengers Endgame. You know, while he was focusing on Peggy, remember that scene? He was taking a look at her, and on the counter left-hand corner of the screen behind Peggy is a clock on the wall. So it appears it reads 4:26, but it could have been 4:25, 4:26. They account for some of the early in-game screenings in the U.S. that started at 5 p.m. Thursday. You know, something like that. So that was a little something that you might have not have noticed they put in the movie. Alright, and so when Tony Stark goes back in time to visit and say goodbye to his father, it's something he's been wanting to do since the 2008 Iron Man. So he went back and he did that, as we all know. Okay. Another scene, after Thanos blasts the Avengers headquarters, Hawkeye finds himself in a moment straight out of the Aliens. You remember the scene where he shot the arrow in the little tunnel or the little part, and it seemed like it was like a lot of aliens on the walls, crawling on the walls. The scene is a direct mirror of one from James Cameron Aliens. It might have been a little flex of Disney's part. The company recently purchased Fox Entertainment assets in a $71 billion acquisition, and they now own the rights to 20th Century Fox and Aliens. And As some might not have known, Howard the Duck appears in the giant final fight with all the Marvel superheroes. As you remember that Howard the Duck was in the Guardian of the Galaxy after the end credits. So I don't know. They keep putting Howard the Duck in. It might be a Howard the Duck movie coming soon. Never know. Okay. In a nod to the comics, Captain America wields Thor's hammer. This was one of the biggest moments that had fans cheering during the Endgame. I mean, they were going crazy. And I was shocked myself. But, because it was straight out of the comics, I never read the comics, so, don't beat me up for not reading the comics. But you remember back in the Avengers Age of Ultron, the Avengers gathered around to see if anyone was worthy of lifting Thor's hammer. Captain America was notably the only one who could make the hammer bulge. He could make the hammer bulge a little bit, and Thor was kind of like shocked. And then, but was Captain America faking it back then? Perhaps he was. Alright. Once everyone arrived to the battle, Captain America finally says an iconic line from the comics. And that line was, "Avengers Assemble." You remember that? I think they could come up with something different than Avengers Assemble. But, hey. Anyway. And if everyone can remember, it was a lone team seen standing at Tony's funeral. It's the same boy he met in Iron Man 3, which is grown up now, so he was a little younger back then, this is like 5 years later or so, he may have been the one that vanished because of Thanos' snap, and, he came, pay his respects for someone who, gave their life, save his. Okay. And another scene, Tony, excuse me, not another scene, but Tony's death foreshadowed by Captain America in every single Iron Man movie. I mean, the Avengers, Captain America tells Tony he's not the guy to make the sacrifice play, to lay down on a wire and let the other guy crawl over you. Tony did just that in Avengers, and he did it again in Endgame, when Doctor Strange told him this was the last shot. See, when Doctor Strange gave him that little one, yeah. So Iron Man movie, that's a shot at Tony on Rolling Stone's cover that says Tony wants to save the world. And he finally did, and we love him for it. All right, and do you remember the scene? Once you go back and you look at the movie again, take a careful look at Stark's original arc reactor again. The Avengers' hand in this Endgame scene recreates the look of his arc. In turn, the Avengers make Tony's heart. And remember the final scene? The song that was playing at the movie's end, it's been a long, long time. The song also appears in Captain America Winter Soldier soundtrack. So it was in Age of Ultron. So it's been in a couple of movies. And do you remember before Captain America was frozen in the ice in 1945, Peggy told Cap not to be late for their first dance. So at the film end, we see the two dancing too. It's been a long, long time. And it certainly has. So if you stayed to the end of the credits, even though it was no post-credit scene, they were there, but it was like small nod to Iron Man at the film's end. The movie closes on the Marvel Studios logo. You listen closely, you'll hear a small sound. It distinctly sounds like metal hitting metal, instantly reminding us Tony Stark built his first Iron Man suit in 2008 movie. It will be the fitting end to 22 movies. Iron Man is the movie which kicked off the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, and there you have it, people. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and you share my video. Make sure you hit that notification button. Have anything that I might have missed. It was a lot of things that I didn't cover. There was a lot of details, but I didn't want to make this this video that long. So, but if you have anything you want to share, post in the comment section. All right. I'm Chris Magma. I'll see y'all in the next video.